are you at home? And he's slurring his words. Why aren't you with me? Am I in jail? He's asking me odd questions again because he's confused. I said, no, honey, you're in the hospital. I'm at home. So, I need you to come here. And I couldn't get back there because it was, like I said, a complete whiteout blizzard. And he asked me to go get a snowmobile and drive, 50-something miles on a snowmobile in a blizzard to get there. That's how out of it he was.
Yeah.
Okay. Shortly after that, within an hour or two, I figured out today when reading the, timestamps on the witness statements, the PCA had said to him, because he said, I want an AMA, I want out. He wanted to leave against medical advice.
Right.
And he had continually wanted out.
Right, but they weren't letting him leave.
No. They filed a 72-hour hold on him, actually. And the PCA says to him, I'll tell you what, if you can get up and walk to the door and back, I will pack your things up for you and help you leave. So with the assistance of two more people, he walked. But he couldn't do it on his own.
Mm-hmm.
And this woman had lied to him in his mind. You lied to me. This is what got him agitated. You lied to me. Plus he was having seizures. You lied to me. You told me if I could walk, I could leave. You lied. Get out of my room. Don't come back. You lied to me. Okay? Then they won't let him leave. They file a 72-hour hold. And he says, you guys lied to me. That was stuck in his mind. He kept getting things stuck in his mind. That's why I had to redirect him constantly. And very small room that he was in on this particular floor, 6th floor. Great big, huge plate glass window. That was the wall, the exterior wall of his room. He got off his bed, somehow jumped over to this little couch that's built into the floor, and starts trying to take his shoulders. He's on his knees, trying to take his shoulders and get out of this window.
He tried to push himself, kick through the window.
Yes, he's trying to bust his way through a plate glass window.
He really did want to get out.
He really did. 6 stories up in the air. He had no idea what he was doing. Not a clue.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. So a nurse goes flying, and it talked about it. They dogpiled him, 6 people on top of him. And he's telling him, you're hurting my back, get off my back, I have a broken back, and he's doing the best he can to try to get these people off of him. Then they're coming after him with a shot, and
sure.
he's freaking, just freaking.
Right.
They ended up filing assault charges and 3 counts of felony assault and 2 counts of terroristic threats.
That is just absolutely, give me a break. My God. I can't, what is, and it stood, and those charges stood, and he was indicted for those charges.
Yes, he was. In fact, when I went to I got 1 phone call from him before his arraignment.
Oh my God.
And
ladies and gentlemen, have you heard this story now? This is the whole story. The whole story is basically up to this point. This is really what we're talking about. This is now why he's facing, we didn't get to the whole story yet.
Oh no, we haven't gotten to the whole story yet. It gets way worse.
If this was a mind-controlled Hollywood movie, we would be at, this is like the big event. This is what brings everything to the point where now he faces these charges, these 33 months. Oh,
that's if he takes a plea agreement. They're offering 33. I find that an interesting number, 33 months.
Yeah,
the Freemason, connection there.
Yes. Yes.
Or if he loses, 99 months. I find that also very interesting.
So they gave him there's a no-win scenario here. So he in his pheno-barbitol, out of control, psychotic, manic state.
With a brain injury.
With a brain injury. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Let's just not. I'm sorry to laugh, but it's because it's laughable. It's like, how can these criminals think they could get away with something like this? How can we let these criminals get away with something? This is like freaking me out. I mean, can you believe this? As you hear the story, I mean, it's unbelievable. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm freaking. I mean, if I swear to God, it's like, how could the nurses not do something, say something? How can everybody just comply with this? How?
It was insane. Totally insane.
It really
is. And then I get a call. I get a call on the 12th. Okay, this is the day after it occurs. The weather's cleared up. I can get there. I'm on my way out the door. The phone rings. I answer it. It's a social worker from St. Cloud Hospital in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Can you please come up here and help us redirect your son and keep him calm? Well, yes, that's what I'm doing now. I'm on my way. I never would have left had you people have allowed me to stay. So I go out the door. I get there. They've got him yet on another floor in ICU. Okay. Now he's got a security guard posted outside of his room. He has a male nurse. They've been keeping males away from him because they traumatize him even more. Okay? Well, ma'am, and I'm looking through the glass at my son, okay? He's covered head to toe in strawberry glaze because he can't feed himself, so obviously this nurse just gave him something to eat, and he tried to eat it and the best he could, and it ended up all over him. And he informs me that I need to go in there and clean my son up and get him dressed because the police are on their way to arrest him. I said, excuse me? Oh, yeah, he's been very assaultive and abusive, and he's going to jail. You need to do this right now. I said, I need to speak with the director of your hospital or whoever is in charge today, right now. Please get them here.
Wait a minute. They go from ICU to, we're going to arrest him.
To jail.
To go to jail. As he's lying in bed in ICU with tubes in him and everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and Jesus, I have to get him dressed. I have to wake him up. I have to.
I mean, like it's surreal. Like if you tried to sell it to the evil Hollywood moguls, they would say, no one would buy that story.
Right. No, it sounds so insane that I don't think they would.
But that's truth. Is absolutely. I've learned this, ladies and gentlemen. Truth is absolutely wilder and more insane and crazier than fiction will ever be. That's for sure. Oh my God!
And then it gets worse. It gets worse.
I didn't get the whole gist of this, and when you really start drinking this in, it's like, my God, there's an obvious. There's collusion here. There's
yes.
There's collusion.
Big time. Big time collusion.
And then you got to figure out what's your motive and opportunity. So then the collusion is because of the motive is.
He was overdosed in the first jail. Remember, pheno-barbitol.
Right.
He was assaulted in the first jail. He goes to the hospital. The one and only time that I wasn't there. They provoke him to the point that he's trying to bust his way out of a 6-story plate glass window to get away from them.
Right.
And when he starts to calm down, they come after him with a shot of no less than Geodon.
Even more, right? They dope him up even more, and this person is rational. So they put him on drugs and say that he assaults people. Well, it's just it's madness. It absolutely madness, and that's probably look. There's high levels. There's there's a power structure there, clearly keeping this thing quiet. I don't understand. We've got to try to. I don't know what your thoughts are on it all is, but I'm trying to look behind this. I always try to look behind what's going on, and there's something behind this. I don't know exactly. I mean, it's connected to all the things we're talking about, but.
Mm-hmm.
We have to try to figure out now. So then, these people have him on a prison. He was in prison when this happened.
He was in jail, county jail, Anoka County Jail,
right.
And then he was in the hospital in St. Cloud. Now he's going to Stearns County Jail for all these assaults and terroristic threats. And I have to dress him. get him in his wheelchair, their wheelchair, go down the elevator with these two cops, get him in the cop car. I have to get him in the cop car. And he doesn't even know what's going on. Mom, what's going on? What's going on?
He's out of it.
What happened? Right. Yeah, he's completely out of it. You've got the picture of the mugshot. Look at his face. Look at his eyes. He doesn't know what's going on. This was 2 weeks after he was assaulted. Look at his face 2 weeks later from the Anoka County Jail. That's what he looked like when they did his mugshot in Stearns County. 2 weeks later.
Wow.
Well, so then, from there, he calls me one time, 2 days into, in the Stearns County Jail. And actually, before he even got in the cop car, the cops are telling him, you know what you did. You assaulted these women. And he just starts crying and screaming, oh, my God, if I really did that, I don't remember it, but if I really did that, and I mean, he's serious, just go ahead and shoot me, kill me now, because I don't even deserve to live. If I really, truly did that, I've never hit a woman in my whole entire life. I never would. Those were his words.
Right. So
he gets to jail,
Man.
Calls me a couple of days later. He had to crawl to the phone, crawls to the phone, calls me, have somebody else dial the number. And Mom, and he can barely speak, Mom, you've got to get me out of here. They're killing me. Please help me. They're killing me. They're killing me, Mom. That was our conversation.
Wow.
The next day, I see him in court at the arraignment. 2 deputies pick him up and physically carry him into the court and put him in a chair to address the judge. He couldn't walk. They didn't give him a wheelchair. Nothing. Carry him. Now, he's sitting in front of the judge that signed the order. Because before my son came in there, he said, oh, yeah, I remember this case. I signed this order myself. I thought, oh, great, here we go. So they call his name, Gregory Mark Bowles, and get him in there. And this attorney did handle the arraignment. Now, he was a private attorney, and he was good at what he did, okay? He addresses the court. He says, Your Honor, I'm asking you to OR this gentleman. He has severe health issues. He needs to be in a hospital. The judge said, no.
Are you serious? They carry him and put him in front of the
I'm not.
Shit. Oh, my God. I'm like...
Oh, it gets better or worse.
Zone. It's like a Twilight Zone episode. I'm sorry. Okay.
Then he says, well, at least allow him to go to the Veterans Hospital here in town. No.
And he's a veteran. To top it off, he's a veteran.
He's a veteran. Yeah,
we didn't even get there yet. I'm sorry. I forgot to include that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my God.
And then the next request was, Your Honor, we at least need a court order against the jail medical staff because they are giving him too many of some of his medications, not enough of others, and none of the rest. He wouldn't even speak to that issue.
No kidding.
It took me 9 months to get that transcript. 9 months. I just got it. I fought like hell to get it, and I got it finally.
So you gave it to your lawyer. What's your lawyer do with it?
She did nothing with it. I begged her to get it over a year ago. She wouldn't even do it.
Nothing.
I had to get it. I had to fight for it.
So you give her the everything, and what does she do?
She did nothing. She's done nothing. Mm-hmm. She's done nothing but waste my time. That's all she's done, and try to provoke my son into being angry. She truly has. This woman is unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. We've seen her 3 times, and each time she has been vicious toward me, vicious toward my son. She's withheld things. She will not call witnesses that we have. She will not use any of the evidence that we have, and we have a mountain of evidence. She will not do anything. She wants a plea agreement, period. She may as well be the prosecuting attorney because that's the way she's handled the case.
That's how she's handling the case. Oh, that shows all of these. Exactly. This is what's going on. For whatever reason,
She's hateful.
Well, whatever for whatever reason,